Live every night on the Halos in the Infield Baseball Network.
Think about it. We'll get into everything that we're going to get into as we go along, but I got to rant real quick. But why would you throw out an inexperienced pitcher in a game you're still close in? And I don't care what the record is. You show up for a fucking rivalry game. But he's actually talking to him constantly. That is a sign of a really, really good coach.
It's the ToddFox Postgame Podcast with your host, ToddFox.
Because the only thing I want to yell is fuck! Hey, welcome into Halos in the Infield. I'm your host, ToddFox. Welcome in on a good night because the Angels get a much-needed win against the Boston Red Sox, and it's presented to you, this show, by 714 Tickets, and Noble Brewing, where you can, anytime you go to the brewery just across the street from Angel Stadium or Duck Stadium, you can ask for the Halos in the Infield special. That's $1 off of any drink. Anytime, just mention Halos in the Infield. But 714 Tickets gives you 10% off of every freaking purchase you make, no matter what. If you just go to the apply code and put HITI, you get 10% off of any kind of ticket required, from rock concert to rap to freaking hip hop to old school to freaking any game. You can get your 10% off via Halos in the Infield. Now, let's get with the business out of the way. Let's talk about tonight, because we're going to talk about the pluses and negatives of this game and why the hell did I tag this video, Angels win despite coaching. Well, if you figured things out, if you watched from the start, because if you missed a little bit of it, it went by so quick. This game was over like in 2 hours and hold on, I have to look at the time right here. I have it written down on my notes here. The time was just 2 hours and 5 minutes. This game went by super duper quick. I mean, like literally the third and fourth quarter of the Laker game took longer than this game. But the Angels got a much needed win against the Boston Red Sox in a game where they decided to take the Silseth experiment and throw in the trash. They figured he's better out of the bullpen. He's more competent out of the bullpen. That is yet to be seen. We'll have to see and check back on that one later. But for right now, he did pitch a little bit better in the bullpen than he did as a starter, but you didn't give him much of a chance. So they basically gave, the opportunity to Jaime Baerga, who has been very, not hit or miss. He's been excellent. He's only had one bad appearance this entire season. So they gave him the nod tonight, and he didn't disappoint. He went 5 innings tonight. Let's go over his numbers. And our boy Jaime Baerga, who's very underrated. He usually comes in there to mop up either if we're getting blown out or we're blowing a team out. But he pitched 5 innings, only 2 hits allowed, 6 strikeouts, lowering his ERA to 1.61. As far as the Angels are concerned, they got 2 runs. They got 2 big hits by Mickey Moniak. Now, if you're using Nevin's logic, if you're trying to understand Nevin, he will rest Moniak tomorrow. He will say, screw you, go to the bench, Moniak. Because he has a history of doing this all season. When someone gets hot, he sits them. He shouldn't have sat him the other day and played Ward, because Ward had a crappy game. The Angels lost. You keep Moniak in there. He's obviously red hot right now. And you can't be sitting a guy who's red hot. The guys who are trying to get hot are the ones that are trying to play through either injuries or guys like Trout, Drury, stuff like that, taking extra batting practice. This guy doesn't need it. This guy's on fire. He's playing like the first rounder. He was drafted by the Phillies. So he's playing, excellent defense, very speedy. He's hitting everything. He had the game-winning hit tonight again. There should be no talk of him sitting. Now, getting back to my thoughts on Angels winning despite coaching. Jaime, again, they're going to use the excuse that he didn't stretch out much, but he hasn't pitched in a while. He should have, and if you had this idea of him being a pitcher that's going to last longer than 5 innings, because I guarantee you, If Jaime ran into any problems within the first 3 innings, they would have likely sat him after 3 or 4 innings started, just like Silseth, and not let him compete for that victory. However, they gave him the chance. He had a 1-0 lead, and the Angels were nursing that. There was a play earlier in the game before Jaime was doing his thing, and so was the Boston pitcher. I'll get into his numbers. The problem I had, I don't know if you noticed that, it was maybe the 4th inning or 3rd inning. The Angels had 2 men on and 2 out. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. When you're playing in a game, whether it's Little League, high school, semi-pro, college, Major League Baseball, you're taught to run on contact with 2 outs. No matter what, you're running, okay? And maybe you're running even faster on 3 and 2 when if there's 2 men on, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, you're going to take off. But there was not that case, okay? But you're still running on contact. And yes, I know Theis is a little slow, and he's like, dude, do I run? The commentators and Bally's did a terrible job of showing where Theis was when that ball was hit, whether he hesitated or he ran for third, because Hasselman put on the brakes. And that pissed me off so much, because you send the runner anyway. You send him. I don't care about Verdugo's magical arm, okay? Because when that throw came home, the catcher was 5 feet or 5 yards away from home plate because it was on such a bad bounce. Theis could have walked home, but he didn't send him. And Theis, I can't really understand whether it was his fault, Theis for either hesitating or Hasselman just not trusting his guy to go home. But I would have sent him there, and that would have been 2-0. Instead, you take away any kind of momentum, and Tanner, the pitcher for Boston, gets in a groove. Tanner Houck went 6 innings, 1 run allowed on 3 hits, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. I mean, for a while there, again, we're making a guy who came into the game with an over 6 ERA look like Roger Clemens. He lowered his ERA to 4.99. He pitched awesome tonight for Boston. You look up and down the lineup. Verdugo went 0 for 4. Yoshida had 2 hits. Justin Turner, the guy I would love to punch in the face. That guy went 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Devers, they did a Nevin with Devers. Why the hell was he bunting? I mean, that's your best hitter with like 13 home runs. You're like, nah, let's bunt him with nobody on. And there's another situation in this game too. Phil Nevin is all over the place. Okay, so it's 1-0 in the 5th inning. You take out Jaime, I get it. Whatever, you want to lower, you don't want to overpitch him, but he was unhittable at that time too. You take him out, but you could go to anybody else. But you go to a guy who struggled before he got hurt, after he got hurt again. He sucks, and you put him out there, and immediately Boston ties the game. And they were lucky they only got the 1 run. You bring in Aaron Loopy. And it's like, what the hell is your problem with trusting? It's Nevin logic. Okay, again, if the Angels are up 4-0, yeah, bring him in. I don't mind that. If they're down 4-0, bring him in. Yeah, I don't mind that. You got to let him get his bearings straight. I get it. Get him some work. I get it. But in a 1-run game, you bring him in. And then Nevin logic again strikes. Oh, we have Esteves. He's pitched three times in 4 days, but he had a day off prior, so it's really like 3 times in 5 days. No, we can't pitch him either. And no, we can't pitch more. So you're limiting your options yet again. But see, what happens is he takes the L on Loop, but he gets a W on Davinsky, who's been pitching better, and he gets a W on Silseth, who comes out of the pen and racks up the save or the win. He gambled right there with freaking Silseth, and you know what? Silseth paid off. But because he won with Silseth, that's going to buy him 5 more mulligans to act stupid as a manager. And because he's making these dumbass decisions. Again, earlier in the game, when it's 1-0 or 1-1 and a chance to take the lead with a leadoff double in the 7th inning, okay, of a 1-1 game. 1-1 game. This is not 6-1 Boston. It's not 6-1 Angels. It's not even 3-1 Angels. It's 1-1. Drury gets a clutch double to start the inning. Matt Theis is up to bat. And, oh, I'm sorry. If it was freaking Jared Walsh, we would have bunted. The guy who has no experience with bunting. At least Theis has laid down a bunt within the last 6 years. However, Theis goes up there swinging, and of course he strikes out. And of course Renifo pops out. And of course there's a ground out by Neto to end the inning. However, and this is a huge however, if they would have bunted the runner over, the whole inning changes again. You have one out, runner at third. The infield has to come in. Maybe Renifo can bloop one over the drawn in infield. Nope, you don't get that chance. You don't get that chance. Or maybe he walks. And then Neto can try to do something, right? No, you don't get that chance. You just give free outs to the. So again, Nevin was trying to push the loss on the Angels. Like, here, no, you take the win. I don't want it. And then he has the nerve in the 8th inning when Moniak absolutely demolishes that fastball into right field to be like hammering, and they're like, oh, he's showing emotion. He's probably like, damn, I got lucky tonight. Because there were so many easy miscues by this squad tonight. The Angels should have won this one going away. They should have jumped on Tanner Houck, the pitcher, or whatever his name is. But Moniak saves the day. And Moniak is turning into that hitter. We don't need him to be powering up and hitting a lot of home runs. But he's the type of hitter that if it's there, he's going to take it. He's going to swing at it. If not, he's trying to drive the ball down the line. He's hitting doubles. He got robbed of a double that they should have replayed earlier in the game. The guy's phenomenal in the outfield, whether you play him in left or in center. Right now, Taylor Ward is really not connecting at all. And he should be out there with early batting practice with Trout. And don't even get me started on Trout. Don't even get me started on Trout. Because, again, you come up earlier in the game and Trout whiffs. I mean, I freaking called it. As soon as they stopped Theis at third, I messaged our group and said, Trout striking out. And guess what happened 4 pitches later? He struck out. He was miserable tonight with just a lazy ground ball to second base. I mean, again, you showed video of him and Drury hitting the batting practice. Well, it looked like it worked for Drury tonight. At least he got a double. At least he did something. You need more production from Mike Trout. You just do. And you need those big guys and big guns out there, because guys like Moniak are going to have their nights like he did the other night, and he's going to save the day again. But you can't depend on him every night. Your superstars are going to be the ones to get the rest of the team hitting. But boy, oh boy, what a nice pitch game tonight outside of Loop. It was a really nice game. The defense played really good. Again, Walsh it looked like he jumped higher than LeBron James to try to get that ball to save Loop's ass, and it just went off his glove. He made another nice play at first base. You had nice defense all around. It was a nice throw by Neto at short. I mean, it was defensively, you can't complain. Both teams played very good tonight. Felt like a playoff game a little bit, although rushed in that 2-hour span. But again, I'm going to nitpick only on Nevin because his decisions are stupid. And they continue to hamper this team more than Trout's inability to hit. I still think they could score with him in this slump, but still, I mean, Nevin is trying to give games away, and we've seen it over and over so far. So we're gonna get into the awards real quick before I start getting into the comments, and then we'll do the phone calls like we always do later on in the show. So let's get to the Stamos Award. It's the John Stamos Award for excellence on the field given to the best player or players. And I'm going to give it to 2 guys tonight. And I'm going to give it to Jaime Beera. He's going to get a Stamos tonight, and so is our boy Mickey Moniak. Those 2 guys, absolutely awesome performances tonight. Again, Jaime's numbers: 5 innings pitched, 2 hits allowed, 6 strikeouts, no walks. I mean, that's more than you could say for any pitcher that has to come in on short notice and do their thing, or a spot start. I mean, that's more than enough, dude. I mean, that was great, because you look outside of that, Loop gets the blown save, his second one. Surprisingly, he only has 2, but a third of an inning, a run on 2 hits and a walk. And then Davinsky pitched a clean inning and 2/3, a clean 2 innings for Silseth. So, I mean, 3 2/3 of excellent pitching out of the pen. Actually, 8 2/3 of excellent pitching, except for Loop. Loop went loopy again. And then you look at the other Stamos Award winner, 2 hits in 4 at bats. He should have had 3 hits, but he got an RB, the big home run, and he and scored the run again. He's batting .429 right now, and Nevin's like, I want to sit him. I want Taylor Ward. Guy's batting .220. Yeah. I mean, come on, dude. Taylor Ward again. You play into your hot. Or you work your way back into the lineup by getting hits and stuff like that. I mean, you're making Renifo have to struggle to get starts and get any kind of playing time, and then you're just giving a free pass to Ward. And I don't think that free pass is going to be valid for much longer because Moniak is making his way into that lineup by force. And he's going to continue to do it. And nobody's talking about his arm because they haven't had to see it yet. But Moniak's got a rocket of an arm too. So that'll put 3 good outfielders out there with Trout. You saw Trout just like freaking, what do you call it? He flew to the freaking, the ball that in center field that looked like it was a gapper. I mean, he just like a gazelle out there like nothing. So you got him with his speed, his reaction time, his good arm. You got freaking Renfroe leading the league with assists in right field. I'm telling you, when you get a chance to, and when you're going to see Moniak throw the ball in, I mean, he's got a rocket arm too. So that's a good outfield. And I'm not crapping on Ward. I'd love to see Ward get out and ball out again. But the fact of the matter is you have to play the hot hand, and he is not the hot hand at all. Right now it is all about Mickey Moniak. Now, let's go to the Nacho Night Award tonight, and I think we know who we're giving this one to. Actually, we shared the Stamoses, you know, so one goes to Jaime, one goes to Moniak. We're going to give out 2 helpings of nachos here. We're going to give out some really, really, like, Taco Bell. It's been under that, like, real hot heat lamp. You know, like somebody ordered it through the drive-thru, but then canceled the order, so the nachos are sitting there for the next sorry loser to call in and wants, or not to call in, but asking the drive-thru for the nachos. So they're just sitting there fermenting under those hot heat lamps and really molding and everything else like that for a good like 30, 40 minutes, and then we're going to pass those helmet nachos over to 2 guys who earn it tonight.
All the chips, all the cheese, all the refried beans, all the onion and tomato and the guacamole, all the beef and jalapeno and the sour cream, all the nachos.
I'm going to give it to 2 guys, and usually I don't revel in giving it to guys that are on our team, but I'm going to give it to 2 guys that are a part of our team, and one is Aaron Loop. Again, Aaron Loop is should not have been out there in a 1-0 game. And again, I mean, who knows? Maybe the Angels do win this one 2-0, and Jaime gets the win, a much-deserved win. He should have got a win, just like Ohtani and other guys like Sandoval suffered no decisions, Detmers, because of the bullpen being too shaky. But I'm going to give the nachos to Loop, and I'm also going to give it to our fearless leader in one, Phil Nevin. Phil Nevin, again, tries to blow games and tries to give them away. And although we won the game tonight, he did his very best to Nevin this one up. So I'm going to give the nachos to Nevin and Aaron Loop tonight because both of them tried really hard to give this to the Red Sox. And I'm glad we were able to get one against the Red Sox because anytime you beat Boston, that's a good thing. All right, let's get to the comments. Light that baby up. Great game. Mickey is more clutch than Trout, Dan Rio says. Brian says Moniak, the hero again. Perry fleeced the Phillies with trading Thor for Mickey. By the way, have you seen Marsh's batting average lately? Oh, yeah, it's kind of fallen off. Let's see. Grillmaster says, hey, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Dan says, trying to make it on the 10th. My son will be buying tickets using the Heaty for my birthday, which is on the 8th. Congratulations, Dan. Also, and Drizzle says, light that baby up and fire Nevin. It's so weird when you win and you want to fire the manager. But, hey, I'm telling you, it's not out of the – it doesn't seem as stupid as it does when you start or how it appears to be anyway, until you start really realizing what's going on in these games. You put an average manager out there, and they're not making these mistakes. You put an average third base coach out there, and they're not making those mistakes. But we are. The Angels' grandma says, Mickey, oh, you come up big in these last 3 games in a row. Today, Mickey knocking in the go-ahead home run to best the Red Sox, so she's a happy woman. And Drizzle says, my argument to fire Nevin today is why, after Drury's leadoff double, do they not bunt him over? Shit is mind-boggling. Exactly. When you're sitting there in your own living room and you're like, why can't we bunt? Okay, if Theis is up, right, and you don't trust him to bunt because he's a catcher and he's like, dude, I can't see the ball that good. I can't really bunt. Okay, if you don't want him to bunt, then get someone up there who can. Pinch hit somebody else who can. We have guys on this team that can bunt. Give them an opportunity to. They have a history of it on other teams. Nope, we can't do that. So, yeah, I was yelling just as much as you were. Oh, yeah, LeBum and China Lover is gone. I hate that piece of shit. Yes, Dan, I'm right there with you. I'm glad the Lakers were eliminated. No offense to our Laker fans on here, but I'm not a fan of LeBum. Kobe Bryant is the true Laker. Matt Moore and Carlos Estevez are not available because I said so, Nevin. Exactly. Again, Carlos Estevez, yes, pitched 3 times in 5 days. Had a day off already in between. Had another day off in between. These guys are major league pitchers. They should not be pampered as they do. I mean, I'm serious. The Angels bullpen should be sponsoring Pampers diapers because that's how we handle them. Either that or sponsored by Kid Gloves because that's how we handle them. We don't allow them to be pitchers. Other teams use guys back to back to back and then rest them. Fine. Give me a third night in a row. We can't even get a second night in a row. That's how pathetic this mentality is. And Drizzle says, and why is Nevin so obsessed with Loop? Should have went to a beer or one more inning. Exactly. He's like, oh, we got him on a pitch count. Okay, fine. You got him on a pitch count. I can get that Nevin logic. What I don't understand is a guy who clearly has a 7 ERA should not be pitching in a 1-run lead or a 1-run deficit. It's like sort of like, hey, man, we got this fire right here. Do you have anything to put it out? Let's see. We have some water right here with Davinsky and these other guys, and we have some gasoline with Loop. Nevin's like, give me the gas. And he pours it right on the fire. And so what do you expect that's going to happen? I mean, if Loop had gotten out of that inning with no runs, if somehow Walsh climbs the ladder and gets that ball, then yeah, then that would have been a hell of a play. That would have turned things around, and then you're scratching your head like, man, how did Nevin pull the right trigger there? How did Loop get out of that jam? Ha ha ha. No, we were all like, well, there goes the lead. My dad, again, has been so skeptical of this team. He was like, why are they bringing in Loop? Loop's going to blow the game. And then right away, I told you, Todd. I'm like, I didn't have to say anything. I never disagreed with you. I knew right away. The lead was gone. It's like, poof, and it's gone. Also, Fabio says, my Angels won, my Lakers got swept. Oh, well, it's time for a blunt. And that's one of the best comments because, yes, that anybody that's worked up, a blunt would put you on your butt right away and calm you down. Nah Man says, good win. Also, but what was Nevin thinking pulling Loop in and in a high leverage situation? I don't know. It's not like he's failed in other high leverage situations. He will also rest Renifo tomorrow because he had an RBI and a ground out, the Nevin special. Rice says, you've done messed up, Ron. Exactly, but he gets a pass over and over. This was the second time in 17 days Jaime has pitched. Exactly, Grillmaster. He could have gone longer if you really wanted to push the issue, but I understand in a way that, okay, they don't want to hurt him by making him throw too many pitches. Okay, I could kind of see that. But again, throwing Loop in there completely, any smart decision that was about Jaime completely gets thrown out of the window as soon as you put Loop in there. And you know what makes me even more mad is as soon as, Nevin goes up there and he's telling him a joke or something, because then you see both of them smiling. What the fuck are you smiling at? You just gave up the lead. You're so stupid. This game was a quickie, the chair said, so I think that has to go in the realms of, if I can get down there real quick.
That's what she said.
Let's see. Camfrey says Moniak needs to be in their everyday player. If Nevin wants Ward to play, platoon him with Renfroe since he hasn't played well either. I'm all for that, Camfrey. Sean says Adele is definitely being traded this season. Oh, yeah, there's no way. I had someone message me earlier on our Instagram because we do reply back to all messages. I'm telling you right now that he's not going to see an Angels uniform the rest of the season. He will be in a new organization sooner than later because there's no room for him. I think if you bring him up and he struggles at all, there's no way you're going to trade him. And you definitely don't want him to walk. You could probably get a really good solid fielder for him. A team like, not Milwaukee, but a team like St. Louis, maybe anyone in the central of both leagues would take a flyer on him because hitting is at a premium in both those divisions. So you're going to need, a guy like this that could possibly come up and spark your lineup or give you fill a hole in the outfield. So I think he could land somewhere in the Central, either the NL or the AL. Also, let's see. I hit the ball. Do I run to second or first? Thrice. Hey, Devers, lead us off by bunting. You'll need to get on base since they don't expect it. Alex Cora. Yeah, Alex Cora was stupid. Loop is poop. Johnny B says he's a maniac on the baseball field also, and he's hitting like he's never hit before. Jeez. Oh, he's a maniac. Oh, I get it now. My bad, Johnny. Also, leave Jaime in one batter at a time and don't go to Loop. Exactly. That could have worked probably because, again, his tailing fastball was unhittable tonight. I mean, especially against left-handed hitters. I mean, Gooby called it. Gooby called it in the beginning where that pitch tailing away was great, and he did exactly that tonight. Loop is out of here. Hope he gets a Chinese translator DFA. And Brian says. Camfrey says also hated Nevin taking out Jaime for Loop, who gave up a run like usual. Bieria was dealing at the time. Should have went out there in the 6th inning. One more inning. DFA Loop and Tepera first thing in the morning tomorrow. Well, Tepera or DFA Loop just like Tepera. Yeah, I would do that as well. Why would you want to punch, Turner in the face? The guy's at Cal State. I don't care if he's just because he went to Cal State, Matt Grillmaster, doesn't make him a god. He's still a dick, and he still has a punchable face because he played with the Dodgers, and he had that big old beard. And yes, I'm jealous he grew hair like Hogan. Like he hid that patch, and everyone's like, most of the girls are like, oh, he's got a full head of hair. I'm like, see him with a helmet off. He's got a freaking cue ball up there. There's nothing in the back. And plus, he was always behind those lucky plays and celebrating, and his COVID ring pop celebration, getting everybody sick. I'd love to punch that dude in the face just because he was a Dodger. I mean, most Dodger players I'd love to punch in the face, but he's the one that I just really want to punch in the face. Rye says Fruit Loop's blowing the lead again. Yes. Javier says we need to let Loop go. I'm just glad they changed him right away after he did loopy things. Me too. Let's see. Also, James Malou says, once again, I'm a maniac for Moniac. Exactly. We should all call up the righty Jonathan Holder. The man named for the stat would lead the league in the stat. Jeez. Vetter says Lakers lose and are eliminated and the Angels win today. Today was a good day. At my uncle's house, can't be too loud, but have to go in the kitchen. And yeah, the box score says, I swear you chime into the show now and you wouldn't know we won. Oh, jeez. And guess what, Todd? Big 20 says balls, and Mike Trout. Heck yeah.
I was pretty cocky.
I want balls and John Stamos.
And no, I don't want to say Trout sucks so bad. I just want to say he sucks in the clutch. I really want to see that guy start to get some hits. And believe me, I want to see him hit a home run, hit a double, hit a single, do anything. Get hit by a pitch. But don't strike out. Don't leave guys on base. Because I was yelling at the other hitters who left Drury on in the 7th inning as well. It's not just everyone acts like I just freaking hate Trout, and it's not even close. It's not even close. I hate the mentality of this team. I hate the fact that they don't try to do things differently, play small ball, and I really hate when they don't make contact in pressure situations or leave runners on, and then the next inning we just let's give up 5 runs or something. Davinsky, Wallach, and Nevin are Cal State Fullerton alums, just like myself, Tusk up. Listen, James, just like Grillmaster, I have nothing against Cal State Fullerton. I just have problems with some of the players that have gone there because, it's not like Turner played with the Angels. So there you go. Loop for nachos, gave it to him. Landon Nah-Man says Nevin is a fucking dumbass if he sits Moniac tomorrow. I could see it happening. Jesus says light that baby up. Get the help for the sweep. The Boston cheat socks. And I hate that Phil Nevin don't understand that Aaron Loop is not made to be in the bullpen. Ward needs to work in the batting cages. Landon says I totally agree. Let's see. Hold on. Also, Sean says Adele and Trey Cabbage will be traded for some bullpen arms. It will be a mistake to get rid of Cabbage because we haven't seen him yet. We don't know what he could do in the major league level yet. So I would hold on to him. DFA loop tomorrow. James says, also Landon says, so you can't blame Ward when no one will work with him in the batting cages. Well, we don't know if he did, but we just saw that they had early BP. But Ward definitely needs to concede and ask for help, because I remember Brandon Marsh going to Philly and asking for help, and he got it. Marty says Loop is gone. Hopefully that is the last time we see his ass on the mound. Then trade him for some pitching. The box score says Ward needs to be benched, coming from a Bulldogs fan. See, again, the box score is right. He's a Fresno State alum, just like freaking Taylor Ward. But if you're not performing, then you got to ride the pine. And it sucks, and you got to work your way back out there. 714 says Nevin loves nachos. He's been getting them a lot lately. Landon says, can we sweep Boston? It's possible, but I'm not too happy with the fact we got to see Tyler Anderson in this series. And I really, I'll get to that on when we preview the pitching matchups. Vetter says, I got my tickets for Friday to celebrate my graduation. Use the Heedy code for 8 tickets. Only cost $70. All of them are going to be at the game on the 8th. Mostly, I'm going to try to be there on the 8th. Tickets for this Friday. Oh, this Friday. My bad. I don't know if I'm going to try. I'm going to try. Look, I'll see what I can do, because it all depends on work, Vetter. But I'm definitely going to be there Sunday. Sunday for sure. I'm going to be there Sunday because all the Heedy crew will be there. So if you can get there Sunday, you'll definitely see us there. Andrew also says, I wonder what's going on with Ward. At the beginning of the season, he looked so really good in the box, not swinging at anything outside the zone, and he was swinging at everything in the zone. Exactly. And also, you know what it is? They're able to I've noticed two things. With Trout sucking right now and not hitting the ball, they're able to pitch to Ward. Before in the beginning of the season, the assumption was Trout's healthy. Trout's going to mash the ball. Watch out for Trout. Watch out for Ohtani. You absolutely have to go after Ward and get him out. Now it's like, all right, just throw him some sliders down and away. Throw him some split fingers down and in, and he swings at him, and he does. And he strikes out a lot on low pitches. I'm telling you. I think that's what's affected him. Grimmaster says, Canning versus Bello tomorrow. Our offense needs to step up. Let's see. I will be at the river getting lit, of course. Alex says, it would be nice if we stole more bases. Yes, we only have 16 stolen bases as a team. 16. Rye says Jaime deserves a shot in the rotation and to keep Silseth and Suarez in the bullpen. Well, right now, there's no timetable for Suarez because of the inflammation. And right now they seem to have gone to the idea that Silseth is better coming out of the bullpen. Even though he was drafted as a starter, they like him in the bullpen. And if he pitches better in the bullpen, fine. I'm with it. I'm good with it. If he can do this on a nightly basis, which he's going to have a hiccup here and there, that's fine. But as long as he's not Loop Poop. Poop did deserve the nachos, Andrews. Johnny B. Good says, you got to wonder, though, is it Nevin or Manassian telling them to make these moves? He could be a puppet like the other puppet. Well, puppet like Biden, Johnny says. Well, it could be. And we won't know until they actually say it or ask the questions, the tough questions. Jesus says, I like the Angels have Troy Percival's son, Cole Percival, in the farm system. That could be something we've seen in about 3 years or 2 years maybe. Grillmaster says, somewhere at the home of the Catella Leprechauns, Rally Chris weeps at the Lakers being eliminated. One more loss for Boston till the NBA playoffs are actually interesting. Let's get the sweep, Alex says. Little Wayne says, the Loop thing is partly Perry's fault. His failure to admit the bad signing prevented him from DFAing him. You can't give a child, i.e. Nevin, a defective toy. Exactly. Well said, Little Wayne. He needs better tools, and it looks like if guys like Davinsky can step up, we already know Estevez has stepped up. We already know Moore has stepped up. If either Tucker Davidson can step up, then, you're starting to get some arms. You're starting to get Silseth in there. We already know what Jaime, Jaime is likely going to stay in the rotation right now. If things keep going this way, maybe, just maybe, we can get this team somewhat balanced and maybe consistent, because I would like to see more games like this to where we hold on to leads, where we take the lead late, or, we come back, or, we just have well-pitched games and not have to worry about a blow pen and all this other stuff. And it's nice. And so far, being 3 games over 500 feels like we're 10 games over 500. because we're playing much better than last year. But then again, it's a catch-22. We should be farther ahead than where we are right now, that if that makes sense, because this team has a lot of talent and they've played down to their competition. And, again, the Red Sox aren't, none of these teams on this homestand, including the Baltimore series, were slouches. I mean, you could say Ohio is a sucky team, which they are, but Baltimore is a very damn good team, and to get a split there was very nice. We could have did it better, but hey, I'll take it. Editing day of the week, we got a split. I'm good with that. Wasn't expecting any more than that. Was going to be disappointed if we only won one. But with the fact that we opened up this series with a W, and if we could get another one, that'd be nice. And as we get into the Miami series, so I mean we're playing some tough teams, and the Twinkies, they're all right. They're not great. But they're a division leader by default. So I mean, taking 2 out of 3, you expect that. But hey, if we can get back at Boston for doing what they did to us in Boston, more power to us, and I think that would be good momentum heading into a very scrappy Miami team. If you thought these games are low scoring against Boston, wait till we see Miami. It's gonna be hard to score on them. Let's see. Also, Landon says, "Bring Papa to the game tomorrow." Todd, no offense, no offense, your dad sounds like the South Park character. Yeah, well, he either sound excellent. He does sound like Mr. Burns a little bit, and then he also sounds like, I don't know, like he sounds like sort of like if you ever listen to Ronald Reagan or what's the other president? He kind of sounds like the elderly George Bush. He has that kind of sound, kind of speak. That's how he kind of is, and that's when he's mellow. But when he's mad, he kind of revs it up. So your dad sounds like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. Loop reminds me of Brian Fuentes. Oh my God, I'd rather have Brian Fuentes. Adele, say hello to the trade market. Jeez, can't wait to go on Friday and Sunday. The chair will be there with James. Also, light that baby up. Hopefully, Angels beat the Red Sox tomorrow and Phil Nevin gets to stop putting in Aaron Loop in the games that the Angels have a lead, and Joe Adele will leave the Angels soon. And what's funny, Jesus, is probably a guy like Loop has a 3 or 4 day grace period. He can keep pitching, but a guy like Estevez, no, you got to sit that guy. He's only our best bullpen piece, but I got to sit him. Justin Option says, my sources told me that Loop is getting DFA'd tomorrow. Ooh, I hope so, Justin. Look, if that happens, Justin, give me your Instagram, your name. I'll tag you saying you broke the news. Ryan says, I think Nevin actually gave us a favor. GM Perry fuming now and will DFA Loop tomorrow, hopefully. Let's see. Also, see it jumped again. God damn this thing, dude. I swear to God. Let's see. Little Wayne says, I'm the Loop bitch. I am the Loop bitch train, but the switch from Silseth to Beria worked out genius. Exactly. So Nevin makes some stupid moves, but this one, I mean, he gets plus points for Silseth going back to the bullpen, because even before he had his start the other day against Minnesota, Silseth had been lights out in the bullpen. So, I mean, maybe they just were like, hey, we're seeing something there. When do you think the Angels will call up Trey Cabbage? September. There's no room for him now. There's just no room for him. I just don't want to see him in the mix of a salad bag like Justin's saying. I think he should just wait to what do you call it? You got no place for him. You want to see him still kill the ball, and right now he's doing everything possible, but just you got no space for him. And I wouldn't want to bring him up just to ride the bench, really. Tell Randy to put up a F Boston logo. Little Wayne says, Moniak has been more clutch than 1 week this season than Trout all season. Eat your cabbage, Grillmaster said. Jim says, serious observation. As soon as Loop left in the bullpen, Davinsky was up before he even made the mound. That's true. Davinsky was right there, and they were already saying he's facing only 3 batters max, obviously, because he has to. You had a hot game. Congratulations. You're on the bench tomorrow, Mickey, a.k.a. Phil. By the way, real quick, courtesy of 714 Tickets, we have our first family 4-pack to give away, and we're going to do that tomorrow on tomorrow's show. So be tuned in after the Angels postgame or after the Angels game tomorrow. We have a family 4-pack of tickets to give away for the 26th. So this Friday. This Friday's game, if you want those bucket hats for the Angels and you want to win them, we're going to play a little trivia, and then we're going to give away our first gifts of the season, courtesy of 714 tickets. So how about that? How about that? We're going to be giving away some tickets for free, and all you got to do is play some trivia and tune in to tomorrow's post game.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Exactly. Also, serious on Renifo. Trout Moniak is a great outfield right now. Where is Ward's future? Well, it's too early to call him on any kind of problems that he's going to be having. But I will say this: Taylor Ward's got to get it together because, again, a lot of these guys are just gonna be waiting to kill the ball, and they're, again, guys like Moniak are knocking on the door. You got Trey Cabbage, all kinds of players. You can't be continuing to hit under your weight. Justin Option says leave Maniac in and Taylor Ward as a DH or a day off. Infinite One says I'll be at the game Sunday for my son's birthday. We rented a suite. Can't wait. Well, on Sunday we will see you there if you care to see us, because we'll be walking around. I'm not going to be honking it up. It'll be too hot. I'm saving that for our sometime in June. I'll be back as a honk, but July 1st, I'm going to, with our tailgate there. Again, if you haven't bought your tickets for the goddamn tailgate, we're going to have helmet nachos. We're going to have tacos. We're going to be giving you a free shirt for each ticket that you guys purchase for your family. Everybody gets a shirt that sits in our section in 237. Everyone gets Thunder Sticks, and of course you get the bobblehead, and you can come with us afterwards to Noble Brewing to get $1 off beers, 2 for $9 specials. I mean, come on, dude. You could spend the entire day with us, and we'll just have a hell of a time, a fun time that night. Angels need to call up Trey Cabbage soon. Jesus is stuck on some Trey Cabbage. Who will trade with the Angels for Joe Adell? A lot of Central teams need some power. That's what I'm saying. So your Detroits of the world, your St. Louis of the world, your freaking Cincinnati. You got not Milwaukee per se, but you never know. But Pittsburgh. I mean, they're always going to need some better hitters. Are you coming to any games this homestand? Yeah, I'll be there for maybe possibly Friday and Sunday. Sunday for sure. It depends on work. Dude, work has been like getting me big time this week. And I've been trying to get paid. So that's the other thing too. So it's a crapshoot this week. I'm going to try. But it's not looking good this week until Friday when I could possibly go. Right now, Manassian should look at players that can be traded for some relievers and starting pitching. Well, that's going to be at a premium right now. Those are going to go as soon as possible. So yeah, they're going to be looking for that one. Also, the Bushes had 2 in them indeed. Okay, the chair says I hear some Ronald Reagan in your dad's voice too. Yeah, he's like that too. I mean, he talked like him all the time. My mom would be like, will you stop talking like Ronald? He'd be, what's going on here, honey? The Box Score podcast says, how the fuck is Tepera gone and Loop still here? That's the question. Again, you're not the first one to ask it, but yeah, emphatically, he should be gone. Also, breaking news this Friday, the Halo Honk Rainbow Pants will be politically correct for Pride Night at the Big A. Yeah, if I go, that's the other thing, man. If I go, what is it? No, it's the 7th, right? It's the 7th is the Pride Night. But yeah, if I wear the rainbow pants, I'm gonna be putting myself in a category that I don't have a problem with, but I don't exactly represent. So I mean, I might get some extra attention, especially with that rainbow wig. Way to point that out. No one tells Randy to do anything. Also, do you think Preston Palmeiro will get called up to with trade? Nah, that's a stretch. If anything, again, he's another September call up to run the bases. Palmeiro's pretty fast. He doesn't have the power. He's bounced around a lot in the league. But yeah, I don't see him making a squad. He's more of your AAA type dude. Trey Cabbage has a future, and he's young. Let's see, Johnny B. Good in Trump's voice. Time to get the. I can't do. I can't do his voice. Time to train the bullpen swamp. Got to do it. We got to do it. Vetter says off topic, but the shirt is nice. Thank you. And the shirt is pretty sick too. It's the Heaty one. It's really good. Let's see. Marty says you can keep your Pride Night tickets. Let's see. Also, so don't play Big Hammer. The chair says need 3 tickets for July 3rd. How would I be able to acquire them? Haha. 714 tickets has your tickets right now. Let's see. Also, the box score says I was gonna go, but no dog sitter. Yeah, it sucks, dude. I mean, I wish homeboy had a dog sitter up there in Fresno. I'll make a Terry Smith's reference. Lakers win in Japan says, damn, so want to be there. Don't even have nachos in Japan. Dude, I'm telling you, there's a guy who's an Angel fan. If you, I think his handle, if you want to check him out, Lakers fan in Japan, his name is Sato Shit, I think. And he goes to every Angels game. He's got season tickets in 236, I believe, or 238. And he always does. Every home game he does his review of the nachos, and he'll eat different foods. But he's a cool cat. I met him in person, really nice guy. But he eats nachos every freaking game. So yeah, and he's a Japanese American. He's a nice dude, very nice guy. But he makes some funny freaking videos, and we sometimes I'll share them on our page. Sunday, or what day are you going to the place? Well, June 10th. Again, June 10th. If you guys don't have tickets to the Mariner game, June 10th is going to be an awesome game because it's or an awesome time at Noble Brewery, because we're going to have they're going to have barbecue tri-tip sandwiches, some other barbecue chicken there, French fries, the whole 9 yards, and they'll have drinks for the kids. We're gonna have Jenga, was it checkers, or the big Tic Tac? Well, not the Connect Four. We're gonna have the big Connect Four, the Jenga, and cornhole, and then we're gonna have it's $1 off beers of any kind, 2 for $9s, and then after the 7th inning during the watch party, it's gonna be basically buy one pint, get the other one free. So, and then it's free parking there, obviously, if you want to go to the game. But basically, James is gonna do the pregame that day. And then I'm gonna we're all gonna be there, or whoever shows up from Heedy is gonna be there. We're gonna do the watch party, talking back and forth, giving out gifts and whatnot, or just playing trivia games too for prizes. And then after the game's over, then I'll jump into my post game, and you guys can host it with me. And we'll same thing with James in his pregame, and we're gonna do a live show there at the Noble. So we're gonna be at Noble all day. And then, so it'll be a fun Saturday night. And then obviously almost a month later will be the first tailgate of the season, because we're planning to do 2. So the first tailgate of the season is going to be pretty big. You're going to get a free shirt. You're going to get the bobblehead from the Angels, and you're going to get Thunder Sticks. And we're going to be the only section with everyone having Thunder Sticks and everyone having a black Halos in the Infield NWO style shirt. So you got to buy your tickets the only way you can do them. You can't use the app. You just got to call 714-TICKETS. And once you call 714-TICKETS, you ask for the Halos in the Infield special. And that's how you get your tickets for the game. And that'll get you a voucher for free food, and obviously your ticket in entryway into the game, and you get your Thunder Sticks and your freaking shirt. So there you go. It's all courtesy 714-TICKETS, us here at Halos in the Infield, and Noble Brewing. Let's see. The chair says Brussels sprouts. Also, how do you feel about coming to the game tomorrow? But Bello has been pitching a little bit better of late, more like the Red Sox. Well, the Red Sox have been playing a lot better. I don't mind going. It's just, it'd be tough to go for work. Jim says Friday out of Steve. Don't let Todd go out on the rainbow pants Friday. He will come home walking like John Wayne. Yeah, I'll be deflowered. No, Todd, I meant your shirt, your button up. Oh, my bad. Thanks, man. I wear a lot of flannels, dude. So even though it's hot. The heated shirt is nice as well. Thank you so much. Todd should wear the thong. No. No. I'm not wearing the thong anywhere close to that weekend. Let's see. Todd, also that dog sitter would literally or totally have the dog in him. Oh, good God. Let's see. Sato shit. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, the rare dude says, why do we still have Rendon? Will any clown GM take him in a trade? Hell no, the rare dude. And thanks for chiming in, because I think this is the first time I've seen you on here. But there's no way no one's going to touch that $38 million. He's owed $38 million again next year. There's no way. And again, this team plays. Look, I'll give him credit this year. He wasn't hitting the power hitter. He was on the field for most of the time until he got hurt again. But he was working walks. He was getting sacrifice flies. That's not what we paid him to do. Okay, that's not what we paid him to do. but at least he was getting productive outs. Trout, on the other hand, is not getting productive outs. But Rendon can't stay healthy. We're giving him load management days off, and he still gets hurt or claims to be hurt. So, yeah, I mean, I'm frustrated as any other Angels fan. I wish we could get rid of him, but he's still got 3 years to go. Vetter says, I'll only go on June 10th if Todd wears a thong. Man, why does everyone want to see me in a thong, dude? Come on, man. Let's see. Also, I know somewhere Todd is getting a new tiny thong bikini ready. DJ Malcolm says the names are pronounced Barria. Barria. Okay, Barria. Okay, you do know I'm white and Native American. It's hard for me to say anything Spanish. Like, usually when someone just says a sentence in Spanish, I'm like, sí. And it's no disrespect. It's just I can't do it. I tried taking Spanish in high school. I failed miserably. I'm terrible. I'm sorry. I apologize in advance. ToddFox was non-alcoholic beer. Do you recommend at Angels Stadium? What non-alcoholic? I know they have that one water drink to help rehydrate you from drinking too much, but I don't know. Let's see. Fabio says, Thice voice, God, I love getting high, bro. Yeah, he's like, hey, dude, oh, my God, I'm so high.
I know that, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so wasted.
Also, DJ Malcolm saying Mears, or Mares. Rye says someone needs to tell Morienta to lay off the cheeseburger and nachos. That dude is huge. Hey, he's huge, but he's good. And I don't care if he's in a wheelchair or if he's 500 pounds. If you can pitch, then I want you on the team. And that guy's he wasn't all that bad. The Dodgers just, I don't know, whatever. Let's see if you go in your rainbow pants on Pride Night, does that mean that you're gonna have to meet up with at the Blue Oyster Club? That's a freaking what is that called? The Police Academy reference. I heard they're serving cock. Shut up, Randy. Shut up. The Dodgers should wear the cheerleader costume. Oh, man, I won't get out of there. Pride night, then country night. LMAO, he can't tell the difference, Andrew. Breaking news, Hammer and his dudes will give him a... Oh, will you stop, Grillmaster? IE says they won, but the Red Sox should have been shut out. Thanks to Loops. Sorry, fuck. The Rare Dude says, if you're in a thong, you better have a Bud Light. That's true, man. That's true. Because Bud Light is the queen of beers now. Used to be the king of beers, but not no more. They are not winning.
Wow, winning.
Also, Shirley Temples all around. Not at the stadium, though, Big 20. You'll have to get those over there at Noble. Lakers fan says those wanting to see Todd in a thong should throw the first pitch. Oh, my God. Hammer has brought every ticket to Dude, that's messed up, man.
Oh, gnarly.
Oh, let's see. All right, yeah, you guys can call in. The number to call is 714-598-7221. Talking about the Angels getting a big victory over the Boston Red Sox. Red Sox have a good record over there. It's the Halo Honk line.
Let's go. We won.
Yes.
Close game.
That was a very good victory.
Yes. But I have one thing to complain. What the fuck, Nevin? Why would you put Luke in a high leverage situation? You shouldn't even put him in any situation at all right now. But
yeah.
Anyone but Luke. You could have put himself up right there, but
well,
if he lost this game, I would have been pissed off. But we won, so I would kind of let it slide.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you have to. The problem is, again, like Nevin's decision-making, the third base coach's decision-making to the freaking say, hey, stop at third, or Theis's brain fart, whichever it was, they just never really got into it. They never showed us an angle with Theis, if he took off on the pitch or did he hold up halfway through thinking there was only one out. So, you know, there's things to look at and say, man, a call here, a call there, a decision here, a decision there, and we lose this game. So we were lucky the bullpen held up. Again, the team pitched 8 2/3 of quality pitching. It was Loop that just shit the bed. So I'm happy, but then there's like, hey, man, like the next time, more than likely, we won't get that luck and get the victory still.
Yeah. And Jaime Barrera, I don't know how to say it. Jaime Barrera? Or
I say Birria because I like Birria, so I want to say it like that every time, but nah, it is what it is.
Yeah, so Jaime Barrera, he looked pretty good. I don't know why he only went 5 innings. He could have gone at least like 7 or 8, but he did well, I think.
Yeah. I mean, he did 5 innings, only with 6 strikeouts, 3 hits. That's not bad at all, dude. That's a quality start in my mind. Even though it doesn't qualify as one, it's still a good start.
Good start. Now we're 3 games above 500. We need to build it. We need to build it up. And about the other teams in our division, Texas got ass pounded by the Pirates of all teams, like 10-1 or something. So I don't know, man. It might start. It's not 27-17, but it might start from there. And Texas is catching up. So.
Well, Houston's starting to mash. They won, I think, their 8th or 9th in a row today, and they slammed a good Milwaukee team in Milwaukee. So, that I think it was Alvarez hit 2 home runs today. So they're getting really, really good right now, and as we expected, Altuve's back. So this is gonna be a team that we're gonna have to, again, expect the Astros to run away with it. And they're already only a game out of the Rangers. I think, like you said, the Rangers are going to start falling back, and then we'll see what goes from there. It's going to depend on what the Angels do. But look at it, the Red Sox still have a better record than us. They're 26-22. They're just 8.5 out because freaking Tampa.
Yeah, the AL East. And another thing, if Nevin sits out Moniak tomorrow, he automatically gets Nacho Night. Like, why the fuck would you put out Moniak? Like, Ward is not good right now. Put him in a pinch hit situation. I would even put in a pinch hit situation right now. But so like, don't be an idiot and put Moniak. Like, if he doesn't put Moniak, please just give him Nacho Night tomorrow, because that's very stupid of him. Okay.
Well, I think if unless they're facing a lefty, I would say, okay, well, I could see Ward going up against a lefty, despite how Moniak is hot. But if you're just gonna throw out Ward because he's Ward, because his name is Taylor Ward and he has more experience, I think that's the wrong call. Again, you have to go with who's gotten you there, who's more hot at the time, and he is. He's a hot pitcher right now. See, Brian Bellows a right-hander tomorrow, so if we see Ward in the lineup, it's not going to make any sense. But we'll see. I mean, again, I don't put anything by freaking Nevin, because right now James Paxton is a lefty. He's going to go in the finale on Wednesday. So if you wanted to sit Moniak, then okay, I get it. Lefty on lefty, better chances for Ward to get hits. I get it. But if you're gonna do it like that, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, Moniak needs to keep playing, man. He's like really on good streak right now, so it would not make barely any sense. Like, maybe sit Mike Trout. Maybe he already sat, but he's not just striking out. And it's really annoying.
Yeah.
Remember, he just left 4 men on base when it was base loaded, and he could have ran away with it, but struck out.
Yeah, I mean, if you get a single right there or whatever, just anything, but no, it didn't work out. So.
And Ohtani, man, he did not look good. Struck out 2 times, went 0 for 4, 0 for 3.
He'll have his off nights, but again, I trust him right now to bounce back. There's no reason why he's not going to bounce back and have a hella good night. But it's just Trout I'm worried about, because it's consistent. It's consistent bad at bats.
Yeah, and real quick about yesterday, I was wrong. He only gave up 1 run. I said he was going to get at least 2 runs, but hey, he threw less sweepers, and he did well. So
yeah.
I'm not going to say nothing no more. I ate crow.
All right, well, there you go. That's a good fan. I mean, when you can eat crow when you're wrong, then there you go. I do it too, so there you go. But all right, brother, you have a good night, Supra.
Yep, you too.
All right, later. That's Supra right there. But yeah, definitely after winning tonight, you heard a lot of.
Yes! Yes! Oh, yeah! Can you feel that, buddy?
It's the Halo Honk line.
Hey, Todd.
Hey, what's up, Landon?
Nothing much. Just chilling. I didn't go to the game tonight because they had football.
Okay.
But I paid attention, and what a hit from Moniak.
Oh, yeah, dude. He knew it right away. He had the nice little bat flip, and that was way out in right field.
Yeah, we should. I agree totally. I forget who said it, but it should have been a shutout. We should have gotten that shutout, gotten that free pizza today. But Loop is one of the worst pitchers I feel like we've ever had. Because was he part of the problem last year in our bullpen? Yeah, but it was only him and Suarez. If we get rid of them, I feel like our bullpen is decent, and we won't have the bullpen situations.
Well, it seems like they're starting to get guys into their roles, and I guess whether it's Perry, Wise, or Nevin, whoever's doing or orchestrating it, I like the way it's moving towards. But, you still have, like, if we had Tepera, that's why he had to go. He wasn't getting better. Some of these guys will have a bad night, but then they'll regroup, they'll get better. And then you're like, okay, we can move on to something. They find an inning for them to play in or whatever, and then we're good. But, you keep putting Loop out there, whether they put him into close, pitch in the 8th, the 7th, the 6th. He sucks in every inning. I mean, he's got to go, dude. I'm with everybody. He should be DFA'd.
Yeah, it's just, why keep him when we could package him and Suarez, maybe send them to, I don't know, LA? I would be fine if they even went to the Dodgers because they aren't that good. And maybe we could get a few prospects or some vets. Who knows? But we could get probably someone and say, oh, they're really good. They have a lot of potential and all that. And because they're not good. And I say that now, and then if it does happen, they're going to be a pain in our ass.
Well, they'll probably pitch. If they were to go to the Dodgers, they would play much better because, they know how to take bad pitchers and make them good. But I don't think they're gonna trade Suarez. This organization likes him. The only reason why I think, and a bunch of guys have pointed out the fact that, over the past couple of weeks that Perry will not get rid of his gems, his guys, and that's unless it's just glaringly, in your face, like, yeah, you got to get rid of this dude. He sucks. That's the only reason why they got rid of Tepera. And I think Loop is knocking on that door too. He's got to be. He's done nothing for us but to just pour gasoline on the fire. Like I said before, a couple weeks ago, we had a 16-inning scoreless streak. And then I think it went a couple more innings, but in between, we had only allowed 2 runs total. And those only 2 runs were given up by one appearance by Loop. Everyone else was putting up zeros. And this guy was just, still trying to give up runs.
Yeah, like, we could, instead of this organization, we have the opportunity. We could be like the Dodgers, take people like Luke and Suarez and mold them into good pitchers. But instead, it's like Ward. They refuse to work with anyone in the batting cages or in the bullpen that aren't good. It's like, oh, you did good, go out on the field, go play. You're bad, go on the field, go play. It's like, no, you earned a position. Like Trout earned his starting position. Because Sosha made him earn it.
Yep. So, and
that's where he made it from Sosha. He makes guys earn their spot on the starting lineup. He isn't like Nevin, just, oh, you can play for our team. Come start up for us.
Well, yeah, I never have liked, whether it's any sport, basketball, football, baseball, hockey, if I don't care about your prior accomplishments, if you're not hitting, throwing a touchdown, scoring a lot of points, I didn't pay you for prior accomplishments. This year's this year, like you either put up or you ride the pine. And I wish more, more coaches were like that. But it's kind of hard too when you're like, to say, for instance, with Rendon, he could bat 210 the rest of the year and he'll start every game. There's no way they're going to bench a dude that's making $38 million, and that's the problem. Contracts are just too out of control to where you obviously can't afford to sit a guy. Like, you got to play him. Like, even if the general manager agrees, the manager agrees, the owner might be like, dude, I'm paying him $38 million, and you're playing a guy who's making $900,000. That would be a problem, because then that would be the owner's ego, and then whatever the owner says goes. And we have an owner like that in Artie Moreno. So,
yeah, and the dumb part is he sent down 3 guys who are good, and Herget, Weiss, and Wants for a loop. Instead of saying, hey, Luke, you have these guys. They're doing good. We're going to send you down to Salt Lake, hopefully, and if you can improve, we'll bring you up. Instead, nope. Herget, Weiss, Wants. We have to send you down for the loop, a guy who has a 7 ERA, and they almost threw the game tonight.
Yeah. I mean, well, he has no options, so they gotta send the younger guys down to keep a veteran like that. But when the veteran's not holding his weight, he's got to go. So, I appreciate the call, Landon. I got to get to a few more calls.
Yeah, one more thing. Like, if you feel like you want to keep Luke, send him down to Salt Lake. Bring the guys who show they can bring the heat to the plate and get those scoreless innings, like you were saying. We could have kept those innings scoreless had we not put in Luke and gave up those 2 runs.
Yeah, I mean, he gave up a double like right away, so it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
So, all right, brother.
Oh, hey.
Have a good night. There's Landon right there. Let's see, get into a few more of these comments right here. They're still trying to get me to say Jaime's name right. I'm just going to call him Jaime, dude. I swear to God, because I'm going to keep butchering it. Soto is still warming up on the bench. He might be still next to Phillips. Oh, everyone's favorite. It's the Halo Honk line.
Hey, Todd. What's up?
What's up, my man?
Dude, so guess what?
What?
Last week of being...
Tonight, it's time for you to check out what I want.
Next Monday,
I want balls and John Stamos.
So it's next week is your birthday?
Yeah, one more week of being 16, baby. Oh, yeah.
You're gonna drink a bong full of Shirley Temple, aren't you?
No, I'm gonna be getting lit at the river this week, all weekend, this Thursday through Sunday, and then Sunday I'm gonna be out at the river at 12 a.m.
Wow, that's awesome. So
bro.
While you're getting lit, don't be riding any jet skis, okay?
I won't. I'll be riding dirt bikes or something. No, I'll probably be in the garage just dancing with hot girls and stuff.
How dare you?
You sure about that?
Yeah, bro, because I'm gonna have my speaker, and it's gonna be so sick on Sunday night until 12 a.m. And then everyone's gonna be like, "Happy 17th birthday, May 22."
I'm so wasted.
Yeah, and it's gonna be so sick.
Nice.
But right now I can't be too loud because my cousin's house is school tomorrow, and I'm at my uncle's house in his kitchen, and I can't talk too loud.
Okay.
Or else I'll get in trouble.
Okay, well then I'll talk to you tomorrow because I'm sure you're gonna call in. So how many days officially?
Yeah.
How many candles are left being lit right now?
I think so. It's Monday, so I think like 7 more days or something.
7 more days. Okay. I thought we were already at 7.
Yeah.
Aren't you at like
No,
4 right
one more
now?
week.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't even know, bro. I'm just getting a heck up.
Wow, winning.
My birthday, and one more week I'm 16, and then I turn 7, the big 1-7, and then I'm gonna have a party with all my friends this summer at the beach. Bonfire.
All right, bonfire it is, my man.
Yeah, bro. So I'll call in tomorrow, and hopefully I don't have to be too quiet, but we'll see. Because my cousin's out of school again on Wednesday.
Okay. Bye.
We'll see on Wednesday, too.
Okay.
Later.
Later. That sounded very creepy at the end, I must admit. But that's Big Hammer. That's Big Hammer right there. Counting down the candles to his birthday party. Rice, let's see. Also, when I say clap, I mean applaud. Watch the movie, you dirty effers. Also, let's see. Andrew says it's Barria. Also, I swear Angel fans only care about winning in style. No, we care about winning, but there's always something to dissect. What are we going to sit around and say, yes, sunshine, lollipops in? And it's like we can't just sit here and say we had a great game. Everything wasn't positive. There was some negatives. This game could have went one way or the other had those decisions failed on Nevin's part, or like Boston actually capitalized, because that's the other thing. We gave this game away in a sense, and Boston never capitalized. Again, the number to call if you want is 714-598-7221. By the way, again, if you haven't gotten tickets for our tailgate, I suggest you do so. Those are going to go pretty fast with everything that's being offered. You have to call 714-TICKETS itself. You cannot go on the app for it, but you will get the tickets. They'll send them to you via email, but it's just we just didn't get that code like we did for the discount, and you can use a discount there too. We could win 8-2, but because we gave up 2, it was an ugly win. Now you're just being a dick. Jim says, so here is another serious question. We DFA'd Tipera. How much money did we lose there? $5 million. Then if we DFA Loop, how much will we lose there? Serious question is a big factor. I think it's somewhere between $3 to $7 million with Loop as well. Also, and Drizzle says, we don't care about winning in style, laugh out loud. We just want to win. All we're doing is pointing out the negatives from this game and pointing out the reoccurring bad decisions from a coaching staff. Exactly. John says, Loop sucks. What will it take for the Halos to keep Ohtani and not trade him before the deadline? They have to be like firmly established in the wild card, like literally 3 games up, like a +3 at least, a +2. And then they're just going to be like, let's ride this sucker out. And then you're going to reevaluate things and be like, are we here because Ohtani is being – and that's a stupid question. But you still have to ask it. Are we here because of Ohtani and what he's done to help this team? Not the sole reason, but can we win without him? And, of course, the question would be no, so you stick with him. But if you're sitting there 5 to 6 games out of the wild card with a billion teams ahead of you, I think you have to look yourself in the mirror and say, look, we're not going to get – to the postseason. Most likely he's going to walk another disappointing season. Let's see what we can get for him. And again, you're not going to get the King's ransom, but the only way you can possibly pull in 3 or 4 good prospects is if you add a third team to the trade. That's the only way it works. Because any contender that you're going to want to send him to, they're not going to give up their farm system just for Ohtani. The Mets would be stupid. But then again, Billy Epler's running that team. But you could send Ohtani to the Mets, but then they're going to be like, no, we like our future. They got a lot of good players in the minors too. But they're veteran heavy on their roster. So you send Ohtani over, you're going to need those youngsters in a couple of years. So you can maybe part with 1 or 2 guys, but if the Mets are able to throw some younger talent down the pipeline, or even a veteran over to like a Pittsburgh or over to like a St. Louis or a Cincinnati, and they're out of it at the time. I'm not saying St. Louis will be, who knows, but if they are, then they can match it and be like, okay, we have a couple of young studs we'll send to the Angels if the Angels send us this player because we like that player in the organization. It can work. Like they can all just give each other a player or two, including and Ohtani being the big factor, and that way the Angels can draw back 4 good players. So like the third team would get a good player or 2 from the Mets, and then the Angels would give a good player or another veteran that they could use, or expiring contract, something to help them out, whatever works with that losing team's needs at the time, and a player. You know what I mean? So it could work out all the way around. But that's what it would take, in my opinion. I think a swap with one team is just out of the realm of possibility about this time. There goes jumping again. God damn it. This thing jumps so much, the things for me. Rye says, for me, a win is a win, ugly or not. All you guys do is bitch and win or lose. Oh, geez. John says, some guys will be DFA'd or traded in June. Project overhaul. And that could go that way, John. Also, let's see. Hammer Woo. Let's see. Why the fuck is he whispering? Vetter says, why is Hammer so quiet? And it is kind of a little creepy. We love you, Hammer, but that was creepy. Rye says, I thought it was the birthday was today. John says, Hammer sounds like a creep. Sounds like he's taking a Dodger dog in the pooper. Marty says, has Hammer snuck a dude from Friday night? Oh, wow. Oh, God. I'm waiting for him to talk let's see. K to the stick. My credit card. Oh, 1-800-SURF. Oh, God. Dude is going to be pitching a tent at the lake. Better says Hammer's birthday probably passed and he hasn't realized it yet. Hammer's birthday also sounds like he's face down. Oh, God. Big Hammer, you are getting hammered tonight. No pun intended. Is a Big Hammer and Thice the same person? They kind of sounded like, dude. Vetter says sounds like that dude he brought home was. Jeez, man. Tommy Chin says imagine the top and the bottom of the lineup are in sync, will be unstoppable. And that's the thing, Tommy. Like if this team starts hitting up at the top, if you get the production from Trout. If Nevin is so stubborn that he's going to keep playing Ward, and, when Ward's not seeing pitches to hit, and if he continues to, if he gets better hitting, then you got a really good lineup because the bottom of the order is nowhere close to the sorry sacks that we had there last year. Like this team can actually score. And then Box Score says, I'm a dick. You born yesterday? Let's see. We were our baseball realists, basically Heady analysts dissecting the game. Let's go Halos. Little Wayne says, Epler screwed Jaime after a stellar rookie year as a starter. He demoted him to the bullpen before spring training was over in favor of Chris Stratton. I remember that. He stunk that year, and that was the stereotype, and he was stereotyped. Yeah, he never really got a fair chance. And if you looked at Jaime's career with the Angels, he's literally been their whipping boy. So when they needed a guy to go down, he got volunteered, and he's gone up and gone down, gone up and gone down. And to his credit, last year towards the end, and now he's pitching really good. Just call him Jaime, my pal. Al Vinscoli. Let's see, Al. As Vin Scully's voice would say when he couldn't pronounce a certain angel's name. Exactly. Let's see. Better says Hammer did get hammered tonight. Also, haven't heard Rally Chris all year, but I'm sure in July he won't shut up. Well, he's gonna be on here pretty soon. He's gonna be on here pretty soon because it's what is it? Basketball just got eliminated, his team. So there you go. No, just in my uncle's house and cousin have school tomorrow, so I can't be loud at the house tonight. And so yeah, he is being quiet. Nancy checks in. Hi, Todd. Long time no see. I'm glad you came on, Nancy. It has been a long time. Her and her lovely daughter always go to the games and stuff, so she's always a good one to see and say hi to. She's a huge Angel fan, along with Angel's grandma who checked in earlier because she's sort of a Halo honk, but she totes the line as a real fan as well. Because if you piss off Roger, you get this.
Anymore, I just can't. And they can fire me if they want, but I can't sit around and listen to negative phone call after negative phone call. If you're a so-called Angel fan, if you're a Halo honk for life like me, then shut up.
See, that's the guy that's on the radio today telling everyone to shut up because he's tired of it. I'm tired of all the negativity. So we want to be positive like Magic Johnson and get on a winning streak because, again, we won the other day and we're getting close to this again.
All right, you guys, let's listen up. We won a game yesterday. If we win one today, that's 2 in a row. We win one tomorrow, that's called a winning streak.
It is called a winning streak. So let's check out tomorrow's matchup. Brian Bello, the right-hander. He is the record so far in 6 games started. He's 3-1, 28 innings pitched. He's allowed 33 hits. So he's given up more hits than the innings pitched. He has given up 14 earned runs, 5 home runs already. He has a ERA of 4.45, so it's kind of high. He will be opposed by our very own Griffin Canning, who in the last couple starts has not looked too bad. But 6 starts so far this year. He's 2-2 in 29 innings pitched. He also has given up more hits than innings pitched. He's given up 33 hits in 29 innings pitched, also given up 20 earned runs, 5 home runs as well. He's also sitting, but his ERA is kind of high at 6.14. So although he did pitch not that bad the last game, he still has an ERA that's pretty damn high because of a couple games where he got, kind of roughed up. But I still like him in that position tomorrow, but Bello is a good pitcher. The key is going to be, look, if we can win tomorrow and go up 2-0, I do like our chances against Paxton. Again, he's a guy who's had multiple injuries. He's been more injured than Rendon. He's, the Red Sox took a flyer on him, longtime Mariner or whatever, usually killed the Angels when he was healthy. But this year, he's going to be going for his third start of the year. He's got a 2.45 ERA. He's only pitched 11 innings, and he's only allowed 3 runs, but he's given up 2 home runs. So not very big sample size, but usually he's a decent pitcher, although the last couple years, he didn't pitch all last year in 2022 because he had the Tommy John. 2021, he had an ERA of 6.75 before he got injured that year and missed all the year. And then 2020, he had an ERA of 6.64 with the Yankees. So it's been quite some time since he's actually pitched in any kind of, real baseball. So this year he's getting his first opportunity back. Vetter says Hammer is our whipping boy. Friggin' Roger Lodge, what a tosser. John says, what are your thoughts on the Halos areas for improving pitching, hitting, base running? Real quick, John, I'll just say this. Base running's a key. Everyone else is doing it. We're the squares. You know how they would say, you watch those old shows that were mocking the 50s or whatever like that. Don't be a square, man. You can have a cigarette. You can hang out and blah, blah, blah. It's like basically the Angels are given the opportunity to freaking, they're given the opportunity to steal bases, take advantage of hit and run. There's no shift. And for the most part, okay, they're kind of taking advantage of that. They're still trying to hit the ball a little too hard. Other teams are blooping hits and just trying to put the barrel on the ball, make contact. Angels are still swinging for the fences. That's got to improve. They've got to be more patient and or be more selective in what they're hitting and where they're trying to hit. By far, they got to steal more bases, and by far they got to bunt. Like tonight, that play with Drury at second, leadoff double, that's an automatic bunt. You have to bunt. Softball, they would bunt. T-ball, if you could bunt, you would bunt. You don't leave a guy just dangling out there in second base. I think that's terrible. Pitching, they're going to have to add an arm or two to that bullpen to strengthen it. Even if these guys do fall into roles and do improve as we go along, you need a couple more pitchers. You might need to add a starter, and then, because do you trust Jaime long-term? This is a good start for him, but, again, we're pitching 6-man rotation. So that does wear on – it takes away a bullpen piece, and it adds another starter. So, again, we're trying to accommodate our boy Ohtani, and it could hurt us at times too, like pitching a guy like Suarez. It's going to have to – we have to pull in the bullpen early, or like Jaime, if he's not stretched out, can only go 5, then we have to make it a bullpen game like today. So I'm not gonna say that there's too much on the tweaking on the pitching, but outside of those 2 guys, and I think the hitting just needs to get better. We need to have more drills, more batting practice. And I think these guys can come through. I mean, we got the talent, you got the bench, and you got guys you can call up. So I do like where this team's going. I want this team to be more more consistent. We just haven't been consistent, and it's been like that for a good 3 years. Grillmaster is screaming and crying right now. I don't know why you do that, because that makes me not want to read your comments. I'm only passing over the jokes that you constantly tell, but when you actually had some other comments, I was reading them, dude. So calm down.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me?
Marty says, you calling a sweep? Yes. No. I don't feel that confident. I'm going with a Rally Chris special. 2 out of 3. My Lodge's locks is the Angels will sweep the homestand. James, play the Mickey home run. And that's what he was doing too. He played his Lodge's locks from the weekend, and of course he said the Lakers are going to be back in the series and they're going to even things up on Monday. How'd that go? And then he predicted a sweep. Let's see. Bello sucks, which means he'll look like Nolan Ryan tomorrow night. Exactly. That's my whole problem right there. Let's see. Stop it. Get a little help. Todd's soundboard. That would be the great Michael Jordan who said that.
Stop it. Get some help.
Let's see. Also, If It One says, if we make the postseason, do we keep the mad genius Nevin? Ooh. I don't know. As I fart on that one, I think in a way they would almost have to. You can't fire a manager that doesn't take you to the postseason. So you're kind of effed either way, because if we don't make the playoffs, it's like, damn it, Perry, why didn't you get a competent manager? Which we've said here already. And then if he gets us to the gets us to the postseason, then Nevin's gonna be like, I want like a 5-year contract. And then we're gonna be like, damn it, why'd you leave him here? Now he wants a 5-year contract, and you can't fire him, Perry. So he's kind of effed either way. Marty says we need someone to replace Phillips at the home run hat. Dude, the ball boy just isn't a good fit. You know what? That's true, because the ball boy, like, he's looking at the hat. He's like, I don't want to drop this, man. like he sounds like he looks. Let's just say he looks a little goofy. So, he's like, oh, yeah, gosh, let me put this hat on you. It's like, bro, like you don't need to smile that big. Like, at least Phillips did it with swag. I mean, he's a kid and all, and he's probably starstruck by all the players. But, yeah, I'm with you. We need a designated hat guy. Let's see, Angels won. We're in the playoffs tomorrow, Roger. Let's see, today, Ohapi. Ohapi could do it probably. His shoulders healing up. Where are we going? Home in October? Swilly says, my lodge's locked was Loop's last outing as an Angel. Swilly is another fan that's saying that, although there was like 4 others that were calling that are earlier. So we'll see if you guys are right, because we'll give everyone some some props for that, because I'm telling you, I would love Loop gone. I mean, that veteran thing that we had a couple years ago, that was all nice and good. That kind of saved our bullpen last year. But you go to the well too many times, that's what's going to happen. A lot of again, we blew. I don't have the updated stats, but I remember, what was it, a week ago? We were 9 for something, like 9 blown saves after the 7th inning in 23 games. That's what it was. So we had blown 9 out of 23. That's terrible. And that's not even counting the blown leads earlier in the game. That's just the 7th inning onwards. So we've had, and we're up there with, I think only the Cardinals have had a worse bullpen as far as blown saves. Logan Ohapi was the hat guy today. See, I missed that one because I was too busy celebrating and arguing back and forth with my dad about the home run. So I missed that one. So I didn't know he was. Then when Loop leaves, who are we crying about next? Well, why don't you give us some players to crap on? Because again, this is just not. I don't think you get the concept, Randy. Like games change from day to day. So today's GOAT could be tomorrow's hero. And I don't mean greatest of all time, but the GOAT of the game, or just the nacho guy could be the Stamos the next day, or the Stamos guy for a week could be the nacho guy for a week, because that's how it is. It's a long season. Guys go through streaks. So see if we can DFA Tepera and Phillips. I don't see why not. The young guys are dominating. Let them play. I have no clue why Nevin would put him in that spot unless it was this is your last chance spot. Well, if it was Swilly, do you like the way they were laughing about it after he gave up that run? Because I sure as hell didn't. By the way, Swilly, what did you think when Drury led off the inning with a double and we refused to bunt him over? Because I want your thoughts on that. Because usually, you have a really, really good mind with that. And I want to hear your take on that, or at least read your take on that. Grillmaster says, going to the well too many times. You aren't going to the well down the line. Infinite One says, Nevin probably told Loop, and they think that they're DFAing you. That's why he was smiling on the way off the hill. Maybe, but I don't think he has that kind of, I've never really seen him, because this is the same guy who said he was nervous and was ready to shit the bed in the first game of the season in Oakland, an empty Oakland arena. Lodge's lock will yell at someone that calls in tomorrow because they said Roger sucked. See, I don't get the concept of baseball. Wow. No, it wasn't you don't get the concept of baseball. I just said it changes on a daily basis. Because, again, no one would tune in to this show or any other show if it was just like, hey, man, because I think the Angels are great. That's my take. And then I just sit here in front of the read a box score. That's boring. There's always good and bad to take out of every game. Every game. You can always, a team in football, I mean, have you not watched football too? I mean, like, look, in football, you could be up 55-0, and they'll be like, man, but they blew it in that third down in the second quarter when they were up 35-0. They didn't complete that pass. The dude dropped it. He leads the team in drops. I mean, there's always something to go on. So that's why this is a reactionary type show. You think Fletcher is gone for good? You may see him traded too. Yeah, Fletcher's another guy, Johnny, that I don't see making this roster. Because tell me right now, who is he going to bump? Who's he going to bump? There's nobody out there to bump. I mean, he's not better than anybody on the field. So how can you pull him up? You can't justify it. In fact, Soto's better than he is. Jim says, trade you for tacos for Thunderstick Sunday. 5-year-old has never seen a Thunderstick. John also says, Phillips is a great guy. I wish they would have kept him. I do too. I mean, again, we've said it over and over. He plays great defense. He runs really hard. Very smart base runner. He just can't really hit as good as we thought, but we never really gave him too many chances. I think he only had, 3 or 4 starts. But when you're signed to a 1-year deal and your claim to fame is putting on a hat, I can't really, let's see. Also, that's what Roger does. Swilly says, if it was anyone else but Theis, I would say yes. But he's been so hot, I don't see a problem with him hitting. Oh, okay, interesting. If it was Renifo, I would have rather had him bunt. Agreed. Now, Swilly, would you have pinch hit to bunt for Theis and then bring in Wallach? I want to know that. 2- and 5-year-old granddaughters, Jim says. Let's see, Pirates but Pirate. Also, Tanner Hawk is not good against lefties, at least until tonight's game. Or he is, yeah, exactly. And after July, Renifo gone and Soto in. Could be. Tanner looked like as strong as the Hawk tonight. Oh. Man, you are stretching with those jokes, my man. You just are. Pirates made the Rangers walk the plank tonight. That's been said on ESPN about 1,000 times. But yeah, to me, Swilly, I was saying it earlier when you weren't on the show, like I would have bunted. I would have tried to bunt if Theis can't do it. Pinch hit someone who can, and then bring Wallach in to finish the game. But I don't know. It just chaps my ass. I really want to see his team bunt more and get runners in, because that was a dude that like so say for instance, like if they would have got that run by any other means, let's say Theis strikes out like he did, but Renifo comes through or Neto comes through, in the end, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like you would want them to bunt, but they got the run in. You didn't like the fact they didn't do it conventionally, and they try to redo the will. Fine. It's just, for me, I was like, dude, you're giving the team, you're giving it to. Sorry, Randy threw me off that comment. But you're giving a team just extra outs when you got them right there by the throat and you're tied. I understand if it's like a 3-1 game, 5-1 game, stuff like that, but you're tied, man. Every run's at a premium the way that the pitchers were pitching tonight outside of Loop. And, yeah. Also, let's see. Grillmaster makes woke comedians sound funny. Give Matt more innings, please. Oh! The boxer says, I'd rather watch any Amy Schumer special than listen to. Oh, my God. See, that's how you do it, Grill. That's how you do it. That's all I'm saying. That's how you do it right there. Is right. Swilly says, I totally get it. Normally am in the camp of bunting a runner over, but with the platoon split and how well Theis has been hitting, I would rather take the chance for a hit. Okay. Well, see, we'll agree to disagree, but that's not a bad take. Not a bad take at all. Again, Theis could have ripped one down the line, and he would have been the Stamos of the game. Easy. So I see what you mean. It's just again, maybe it's old school, new school, play the hot hand. But I will say this, Willie. You think conventionally. A lot of fans on here think conventionally, but then you have Phil Nevin. And Phil Nevin would have been like, well, Theis has been red hot, so let's play the guy who sucks on the bench. Like if we still had Key. Like usually he's doing stuff like that. Like Moniak was, he had that hella good game on Friday, and then he's like, oh no, Moniak sits on Saturday. What? That's my big problem with Nevin. Like, again, I would not be shocked if tomorrow Moniak's not even in the lineup. I'm just telling you. Vetter says there is a video of a guy watching Amy Schumer till he laughed. It was like an hour video. That guy probably had a bunch of
emotional damage.
Oh, I don't even know who Amy Schumer is. Well, she's not related to Chuck Schumer, but you definitely need to look her up if you're that clueless on it. I think Ward put too much pressure on himself this season, wanting to be top of the league guy, and it looks like he's pressing. I agree. I think the only thing I'll add to that is what I did earlier, and that is Trout's getting, they're not scared of Trout like they usually would, and I think what it is Trout's not seeing the, like they're not scared of Trout, so they're pitching to Ward, and Ward is pressing now that he's not getting those good pitches, because look at all those pitches. If you look at his numbers and when he's looking at, like he's getting stuff down and in, like all in his cold zone. They're trying to get him out because they think they can, and they're doing it. So Swilly says, literally, if anyone but Theis was in that spot, I would have wanted the bunt. I'm hindsight, sure a bunt would have been nice, but then Renifo popped up to the catcher. Yeah, that was a waste of an out as well. I just cut a fart when on Moniak's homer. Okay, Grillmaster Knight just be related to Amy Schumer. Theis and Drury were the only players at the point that had hits off of Hawk. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Good point. And it would have been nice for them to get another, but hey, it worked out the way it did, and at the end, we got a W. So that'll pretty much wrap it up here for tonight. This one went on a little longer, but I appreciate everyone calling in. And again, Swilly, you better be there too for our Halos in the Infield night. You got to call 714 tickets, and then you get that bobblehead, you'll get the freaking Halo Thunder Sticks, and you'll get that free T-shirt. So you got to be there. It's going to be great on July 1st, and you get your voucher for free food. And then you can come over to Noble Brewing and have a drink with all of us. So hopefully all of you guys are there, and gals, to enjoy in that good day. And if not, come June 10th. That's just right around the corner. We're going to be at Noble Brewing for all kinds of discounts on beer and some food right there, some good barbecue. So we're going to be hosting a watch party. So you can get in on the watch party and the trivia and everything else. Details have been already posted. And I'll be refreshing everyone's memory as we go through. So everybody, have a good rest of your night. It is already 10:37 already. It feels like midnight, but this game was over in 2 hours and freaking 5 minutes. So everybody enjoy the rest of your night. Go Angels, and let's get another win tomorrow, because winning is fun.